Day one of filming a podcast. Oh dear. Stephen's got a team for this, hasn't he?
I know. Makes it look a lot easier.
Lucky bugger.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Yeah. What I'll do then is I'll do a brief intro, Paul, and then throw it over to you to kind of as a little rundown of yourself. And we can start at any point. Cool. Hey everybody, welcome to a special guest episode of the Brand New Podcast. We're very excited to have on today's episode, with over 27 years experience in the online world of social media, TikTok expert Paul Kemshell. How you doing, Paul? Do you want to give us a little... Sorry, cut you off. It's going well. Do you want to give us a little rundown of who you are and your businesses and how you came to be in this space?
Love that. So, Paul, I think lots of people watching this will be thinking like they might know a bit about TikTok, they might not, they might just think, oh, it's another social media platform. But like, what actually is TikTok? Because it's a bit different, isn't it?
Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok.
Just.
So you've kind of got a nice balance of...
So I've got a term I affectionately call people that don't like engage or comment or anything called lurkers. Mean that with love. Um, and I just guess, does that lead into more then with TikTok? You get more lurkers, but you don't necessarily get more people liking or engaging, or is it lots of people like still, but they don't necessarily, they won't chat to you as much?
That's
Yeah.
really interesting, isn't it? And I like that you mentioned educating in there because I wondered when you described it as an entertainment platform, like is there still space for kind of value sharing from a kind of personal branding point of view, or is it more purely about making people laugh and getting engagement? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm. I don't know if I should turn off all of my other things. Can you hear it beeping every now and again?
I don't know if that was our side. Was that your
I
side,
don't know.
Paul?
It's
Is that
my. But no, it's annoying. I've got a million tabs open. Just close all of the other tabs that isn't StreamYard.
if I go do not disturb, will that cut this
I
out?
think it might cut. I don't know.
If you're sure.
Do the thing, yeah.
These ones.
Yeah. Hold on. Closing down 500 tabs, Paul. Yeah. It's fine. I've just noticed it, and I think on the audio for it, it might just happen a couple of times. It's just annoying for the audience, isn't it? Right, but that's cool. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Um, okay, so we've done that kind of that personal brand.
Is this editable or is this just
Yeah, it's just
viewing?
editable. Yeah, but this is just idea.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna. Could we just make sure we ask Paul for his kind of top tips?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, should we do that now then? Yeah,
So
let's
what's
lead into that.
so why don't we ask then? Yeah, about the best practices and making the most of it from a business point of view.
Yeah, perfect.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you do that.
So in terms of making the most of TikTok from a business point of view or personal branding point of view, what would you say are kind of like the best practices, particularly for someone like me who's never used the platform before? I wouldn't even know where to begin or how to make the most of it. All right. Just you were just about to say
You engaged on
you engage.
American, but if you,
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense actually because I follow lots of runners and that's all I see is runners. Everyone's running on my TikTok.
Yeah.
An estate agent have houses behind you, like the house you sell.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I, yeah. So is it a space that any business or any service could be using? So say you take like something that's more admin based, like an accountancy. Can they be using TikTok, and how would you recommend a service like that use it? Yeah. 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 Wow.
Mm. Could you still take a piece of like long form content that you've been filmed talking about accountancy at account X, and they've got the whole speech? Can you take snippets from that, post that on TikTok and break it up? Does that kind of thing still work? So that you're not having to create.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the thing, isn't it? And again, it's a balance with everything, isn't it? Like what platforms you're on, how much time you spend on each one. If you have got long form content, obviously, then try and utilize that as much as you can, because then that's going to be easier for you, especially when we're talking like one man band kind of entrepreneur type people. You haven't got marketing teams and experts to be on each platform. Definitely. Yeah. Hmm. Brilliant. I think that we need to dive into the hot topic of the moment with TikTok as well, and actually talk about, because this is the thing at the moment, isn't it? And this is going to depend when this comes out. So we're at the end of kind of January filming this. So a TikTok ban has just happened over in the US. It'd be nice to kind of dive into this a bit more with you, Paul, and get your kind of thoughts and your opinions on so what's happening at the moment with TikTok over there, if it will be reinstated, and then also kind of is that going to have an effect on the UK or not? Because again, it's still here at the moment. Can we dive into that subject as well with you? Go for it. So the TikTok ban at the moment, have you seen personally any impact of that happening with it being just in the US at the moment? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, yeah. And it just goes like to show that don't necessarily put all your eggs in one basket with your personal brand and your social media. Obviously, create to a level that you can create. And again, if you're a one man band, there's only so much you can do yourself, but spread it a little bit so that if something happens to one, you have got the other. And maybe keep your content safe somewhere else so that if it does happen, you can easily upload that then maybe to another platform as well and continue that way and grow on a different platform. It is an interesting time. I think, like yourself, personally, I think that it won't be banned because, again, he's a businessman. It's all business. There's money to be made through the selling of it. I think, and again, it's changing almost the way that we're shopping as a nation now and as a world. I can't see that just suddenly stopping and reverting back. I think we're going to go more and more into video sales and video, shops essentially. So yeah, I think it's hugely valuable. I don't think it'll stop. Yeah, she should be wearing pink shirt.
I know. I know.
Oh, is that turned off?
Literally
Hold
just
on,
then.
just then.
Just then.
Perfect. Right, let's get a scope on where we are. I think that's all of that kind of done.
Is there anything so
Um,
far, Paul, that you want to talk about that we might not touched on?
The end bit is about kind of trends and insights and kind of like, in your opinion, what you think TikTok will look like in 3 to 5 years. Um, and I guess how can personal brands, I guess I might just ask the question kind of how can personal brands stay ahead of the curve utilizing this platform if they want to? Will that be an all right question to just end on? Yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah. What I might do then to end is just ask you a question like, so if anybody, is thinking about joining TikTok and create like sharing their personal brand on there, is there any kind of last tip that you'd give them?
I guess that'd be the actionable step as well, wouldn't
And then that's the actionables. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe I can go into just
Yeah.
asking you the actionable step then. So each episode we do a actionable step. So, and it's something tied into personal branding in the subject that we're talking about. So, um, I guess your actionable step might be to, you know, explore the platform of TikTok. And, if you're not on it and you've never been on it, maybe get on it and have a little look at what it's like. And then if you have already dipped your toe in, maybe it could be start creating a bit of content in the niche or industry that you're in, or in the area. I don't know. Yeah. Mm. So I guess think about your ideal audience, and on that account, go and engage and look at some of your ideal audience's stuff, so you get a feel for what they're doing and looking at and stuff. Okay, so I'll take it back then, and I'll ask you the question. I'll say that we do an actionable step, and then what would your actionable step be for our audience, and then you can say about that if that works. Or
Could we also drop in that Paul knows about the actionable step coming because he's a keen listener of the podcast? You may be the only person that has.
you're not. There's quite. Let's see if season two we can get that. Anyway, right, enough of it. Let's. Hold on. So, Paul, you are actually one of our biggest fans on the podcast, so you know what's coming next. But we're going to ask you, so in the realms of TikTok, what is like an actionable step you think that our audience could take and put into place from this episode?
Yeah,
And also, I think like where other platforms you're pushing and trying to grow so hard whilst also creating content, this might actually be a nice one because your content's doing that pushing for you. So actually, potentially a really great space to go into and get your personal brand out there onto. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks very much, Paul. I definitely need to go and put this actionable step into place. Give it a go. Yeah, thanks very much for joining us, Paul. It's been great to have you on the show. And show, oh, that sounds really. We never call it a show. Why have we called it a show on the podcast? We really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Well, if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to find out more about you, where can they go? Obviously, TikTok.
Absolutely. We'll pop your details in the show notes as well. So if anyone wants to connect with you, they can.
Thank you very much. What's that ready flashy light on there? Is that all right?
Sure. Nice.
We get flashing lights. Ah.
Overheated.
Oh,
Let's go
overheated. Go. Well, I think that's it,
The
isn't
good
it?
old R6.
We just do our wrap up bit.
Yep. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. What's next after that? We don't do a next one because
Because it's a guest one.
it's a guest one. Yeah. Do you
Right.
want me to do it? You do it.
Don't mind.
Don't mind. This is the behind the scenes, Paul. You ready? This is the bit we always fumble over.
So that brings this guest episode to a close. Thanks again to Paul for joining us and sharing some love about TikTok and how to use it.
See? Oh dear. So follow the brand new Spotify on Spotify. Every time. Follow the brand new podcast on Spotify so you get all the new episodes as they drop. We've got lots of juicy content coming out for you soon. And make sure you follow myself or Toby on LinkedIn as well so that you can get access to us. If you've got any questions to ask about personal branding or photography or anything like that, please let us know.
And then, Paul, you have the pleasure
Paul.
of signing us off.
On the end of every episode, we look into the camera and we go, here's to branding you. So you've got to do that bit.
Hey, brilliant. Nice one.
I am just going to do a quick video as well for here.
There we go. That's
so that I can show everyone the setup.
I love how that
do you
is
want
the
to
bit.
wave? Do you want to wave, Paul, in a minute? So, wave, people. Oh, don't know how that looks.
So yeah, I love that is the bit that we've done like 23 times now.
And it still makes us laugh. Right. Still makes us laugh. Thank you so much for your time today, Paul. Really appreciate it. We're gonna try. I think. Are we gonna do one episode first and then get this one out, or just go in with this one because this one's like quite a hot topic at the moment?
Yeah, we can maybe go straight in with this one.
I think we might go straight in with this one, which means it might be out Monday next week-ish. We'll let you know.
Yeah, it might be next week or the week after, just because we need to get a buffer.
Yeah. We'll let you know when it's going to be out. I'll also send you a link to the shorts from it as well. So it cuts all the bits up for us. So we'll do that and we'll get you a link to that so you can download any as well if you want. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're awesome at podcasts. You need to go on more.
You did great, absolutely.
Especially with like TikTok at the moment and being like hot topic as discussion. And I don't know a lot of people that know that much about TikTok either. So I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Interesting.
So interesting, isn't it?
So I guess it's a good thing, isn't it? That like it encourages the content creation, doesn't it? Rather than like it encourages businesses to actively input rather than just
Mm.
buying it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm. It's great though, isn't it? And this is why it's so popular because it breeds that authenticity because you know that people aren't paying to generate that ad content as much because it's so much effort. It is real people in a way, and more brand ambassadors. So yeah. Mm, mm.
mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Well, that's it. That's it. It sounds like it's quite a commitment in terms of to actually get the benefits of it.
Mm,
The other thing I find difficult about photography as well is like my audience isn't people looking at photography stuff. And that's always difficult because whenever you search for stuff, you'll get photography tutorials pop up left, right, and center. When even when you search for headshot photographers or whatever, because you're looking for one. Whereas actually, how do you
you want the
cut
customers.
through to the audience? Yeah,
Mm,
I don't know if that's a con.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I do make the perfect posters. Maybe I need to change that. Anyway, so, um, yeah, yeah. Mine is literally TikTok's there, throw it on from creating it on other stuff. That's literally it's there, but it's not really. It was dipping the toe in to TikTok, not. Yeah, yeah. And I don't. Yeah. Again, we'd outsource. If anyone ever came to us and was like, "Right, I need TikTok," we'd be like, "Right, outsource," because we haven't got the expertise within ourselves to know what we're doing on that platform.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But great because if people do want to go down that route, the power's in their hands. And they will stand out. You know, if you're the only accountant on there giving accountant advice and doing it in the right way, you're going to stand out amongst every other accountant that's on LinkedIn and doing stupid dances and whatever else, aren't you? So it is good, but yeah, time consuming.
can I ask you about locality as well? How does TikTok, so say if I was using it, how would I just be getting views from anywhere and everywhere? So it's, yes, yeah, but not in share or reasonable. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
TikTok told me. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you
Right.
very much, Paul. Have you got a busy day now? Or just school picking? Oh, good busy. Good busy.